as women, I think that we all have a lot of the same fears. We just think we're all alone, but we're not.
Because women, especially, we're so good at supporting everybody else in our lives.
Hi, everyone. Shaelene McInnis here with the Ontario Wellness Network and Books in Line. The Books in Line, of course, is an accounting company, so I do taxes and bookkeeping for my clients. Most of them are self-employed. And then I'm focusing on wellness with my Ontario Wellness Network magazine. It's a digital magazine. It's absolutely free. And so for these podcasts, I found it really important that we feature people in the area of wellness to help everyone. And at the top of my list, of course, would be my dear friend, Jenny McKee, who I've known for many, many, many years, who her whole business is focused on wellness. And I happen to know so many women that she has helped in the field of wellness. So I'm going to ask Jenny to introduce herself and talk about some of the stuff that she does. I'd just like to remind everyone that I will make sure we have all of her contact information in the podcast. And if for any reason you can't get through to her, you forgot, just call us at Books in Line. We're happy to put you in touch with Jenny. And so I'm going to ask Jenny now. Jenny, please. Awesome. Introduce your awesome self.
Thanks so much for having me, Shaelene. I really appreciate it. I value our friendship and our business that we do together. So thank you for always supporting me. So as Shaelene mentioned, I'm Jenny McKee. My company is called Creating Inspiration, and I'm also the co-founder of Soulful Camp. So my passion is to inspire and motivate and encourage women to come together, to become their best selves, and to really, truly live a happy, joy-filled life. And I think that comes along with body, mind, spirit. It's kind of everything. And, you encompass that in your wellness magazine. It's so important. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years, and every part of my journey has always been working with women in their wellness, and finding ways to really support themselves, because women especially, we're so good at supporting everybody else in our lives and helping everybody else. And usually it's to our detriment. And so I really like to encourage women to put themselves back on the priority list, because they're no good to everybody else in their life if you're not doing that for yourself first, right? So I run women's business mastermind networking events, and as well as women's empowerment and personal development retreats and camps. So it's all about women connecting and empowering each other to live their best life.
That's exactly what Jenny does. See, I could never have said it that well. And I know that Jenny does some individual coaching too, working with women to help them find exactly who they should be and live their best life, because she believes that we all should be living our best life. So I like that. Now, years ago, when Jenny and I met, I had seen her speak at a couple of networking events and stuff. And I thought, I really like this woman. And so I just started a mastermind group, and I didn't know anybody. And so I asked Jenny if she would want to join, and we have been friends ever since. Now, talking about Jenny's mastermind groups, I have been to many of her mastermind day-long or half-day-long mastermind retreats. And everything I've learned has been absolutely amazing. And I've always walked out of these sessions, these mastermind groups, and I feel absolutely empowered. And I feel like, okay, I've really looked into myself and gone, okay, now I'm coming out with a concrete plan. Here's some great ideas. If I'm starting to feel this way, maybe look at this. Or I've also made great networking. This is fantastic for networking. You can meet other women who are very like-minded, especially in business. And this is what we want, because in business, especially because I can speak to business because I do a lot of business, you want to surround yourself with the same types of people, the same people that want to help everyone else. So I really appreciate that you're running this. Can you tell us about your next mastermind?
It's on November 7th. It's a Tuesday. It's at the Jubilee Pavilion and Conference Center in Oshawa, right down at the water. Beautiful space. We've got a great location for us. The thing I think too, you know, I've been an entrepreneur 25 years, and about 20 of those years, I've been running women's business networking events through various different bigger organizations, through board of directors within them, and as well as my own. And when I started the Mastermind Inspiring Connections events, it was because I found that a lot of networking out there was really, you know, people were just shoving business cards in your face and saying, oh yeah, my business is doing great. Here, buy my stuff, join my team, and everything's wonderful. But meanwhile, inside, they were feeling overwhelmed. They were stressed out. They had no clue what they were doing in their business. They were so freaking out of what everybody else is posting on social media and all this, but nobody was really talking about that. And so, you know, my Inspiring Connections events are really for women in business who are really ready to get real and vulnerable and authentic and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need some help. Anybody have some ideas? And that's where the mastermind part comes in, because, you know, quite often we get so stuck in our own bubble of how we see our business, our predicament, anything that we have in our lives, even our own health and things, that having an outside perspective often is a really good way just to shift our thinking. And, you know, I know that there's a ton of amazing entrepreneurial business women in our community who are tired of the fake networking and who want to come together and help each other. Like we do that well as women. So let's come together and offer support to others at the event, but also to receive the support from others. And it's fully interactive the whole day. You're not sitting and listening to speaker after speaker. It's really about getting you going forward. The theme for the November 7th event is clarity. And I think that, you know, all of us get a little muddied up with all the things going on and opportunities that come our way. But sometimes we need to just be still for a moment, let the mud settle in the water and have that clarity. And so when we come together, we can kind of get the clarity we need for ourselves, but also within hearing other women's stories and other women sharing what they're struggling with, we also don't feel so alone. And, you know, being an entrepreneur or solopreneur, it's very lonely quite often, especially a lot of us, you know, when you're working at home in the pandemic, when that started, a lot of people being at home, you know, you're not in that community vibe anymore. And I love the fact that online networking is there and it has filled a need. Absolutely. But I'm an in-person kind of jam girl. And so, you know, so to be in person for networking, collaborating, and being in community with like-minded women, that's the best kind of day to have. So, you know, I'm super excited, as you can tell, about the mastermind.
You know, I'm absolutely thrilled. I'd like to speak to two things here. First of all, the one thing that you said, you know, as women, I think that we all have a lot of the same fears. We just think we're all alone, but we're not. Like, you know, at some point we all have some imposter syndrome. At some point we're worried the next client's not going to come through the door. At some point there's always something, but we're all sharing the same fears. And what you're saying about connections and human connections, I think COVID, I know, took a huge toll on people. It took kids, men, women, seniors, everything. I think in a certain way, especially on women, because women suddenly had to, you know, they're trying to teach their kids from home. They had to switch from full-time to part-time. They had to quit their jobs. They did whatever they could just to get through these, you know, this off and on, let's say 3-year, 2.5 year, 3-year battle. And I think it has taken a really considerable toll. So being able to go out and network again in person and speak to people and go to Mastermind and support other people in their business and in their life, not just even in their business, it's in everything. I think COVID shone a light on that, the need for that desperately.
For sure. Well, and within your magazine, I mean, you highlight that a lot, that, you know, you can't have a successful business unless you're successful with yourself, you know, and a lot of times, you know, we forget that part, that we have to work on ourselves and be happy and be fulfilled in our own way. And then our business is going to grow. You know, when I mean, I've coached and worked with a ton of different women over the years in business, and you know, the ones that do the mental work to get into themselves and their personal development, their business is goes up that level as well. And
That's
so,
exactly right.
I'm really passionate about understanding that it is a personal development and business development event for the mastermind, because it's growing yourself so that you can grow your business. It goes hand in hand.
Exactly. And I found that out, just so everyone knows. I found this out, before it was just business, 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 business. But if you're not working on yourself, or regularly, it shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, yay, today I'm going to get a massage, or yay, today. No, it should be, okay, I need to take care of myself all the time. I need to help others, and they can help me. We can be collaborative. I don't even really like the word help. That's actually not the word I'm looking for.
Collaborative. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Collaborative. Because but I certainly had that eye-opening experience years ago. And then, through COVID, was reminded again of just how important it is. So when these events happen now, I'm thrilled to actually go out to be out with some people now.
Well, the last one we did was in May, just this past May. You were there, and it was wonderful. And I did it at the Whitby Marina, which is where I've been doing it for several years.
Yes.
But we've outgrown the space, so that's a wonderful challenge to have. So that's why I'm excited to go to the Jubilee Pavilion. I think it'll be, it's got a lot of space for us to grow. And this event is going to be planned probably as a quarterly event moving forward, to keep that connection going throughout the year, and to really keep that consistency of getting out there, moving forward, networking with the right people, and building that community to support you outside of the event. It's not just come in and pass out business cards. It's having real conversations with women and saying, hey, we need to talk afterwards. And I mean, you and I know networking is really about relationship building.
Yes, it is.
And if you're just going out and saying, hey, this is what I do, this is it, people are not, that's not the way it works anymore. No. And so when you can go and you can share and you can talk about different challenges, different things, and different solutions that you've come up with other people, you're making that opportunity even bigger, and the connections, the new partnerships. But then when you're able to meet other people, you can also refer them, because you actually know, like, and trust them. It's not just, I have a business card, I met somebody who does this.
No,
instead,
I never do that.
Wow, this person's really cool. I like their energy and vibe, and they had some really insightful thoughts. Yeah. I'm going to recommend them. And that's good networking, right? And that's where, I think a lot of that has been missed. So I'm excited to have that opportunity.
And it's interesting that you say that as far as the business referrals go, because I want to build relationships, and then I can refer, say, for example, my clients, because I want to refer my clients to people who I think are honestly going to help them. So I'm not just going to send them to someone who I barely know, because what if they turn out to be terrible? Then my clients are like, why did you send me to this awful person? Yeah. So as I get to know people, whatever it is, the work that you do for networking is amazing. I refer people to come to the networking all the time, or investment advisors or mortgage brokers or anyone. If I'm going to refer, I want it to be someone I know. Realtors, people I've met often at your networking groups is a perfect example. Yeah. And talking about this event on November 7th, the Mastermind Networking event for women on the 7th at Jubilee. I like that place too, by the way. I want to announce that I am a gold sponsor, happily, because I believe in the work that Jenny does. I absolutely know it works. So I am on as a gold sponsor, and I get 3 tickets. Yay! So I'm going to be running a contest. What I'm going to do is it's going to be all across social media, and of course to all my clients. And the question will be, please give me the best business advice you ever received, because I love to hear what was the best thing that you received. I have a few of my own, but then
what would be one that you would share, Shaelene? What would be one of your best advice?
Surround yourself with good people.
That was what I was going to say too.
It is absolute. Surround yourself by people who support you, because there's going to be people, especially when you're starting out, where they're going to go, really? You're going to do this? You're going to be self-employed? Like, I had my fair share of naysayers, and I'm like, you don't know me well. When I first started out, though, I think minimize your time, or get rid of it altogether. But if you can't, minimize your time with the people who do not support you. Yeah. There's some famous person, I don't know, some rich self-employed person, and what he said was, your top 3 business decisions the best things to make sure your business is going to be successful. His number one was make sure you marry the right spouse. Right. Because and isn't that funny that that's business advice? You have the right partner. Right. I thought that was amazing.
Because that's the support at home, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You don't have that. What are you going to do? Like it would be impossible or almost impossible. Yeah. So I am going to do a draw. I'm going to send it out all across social media. Awesome. It's going to go out this week. Very excited. And I'll do the draw 1 week before the event. So let me just take a look. We'll do it
Halloween-ish.
Oh, it's Halloween. It's on the 7th. So I'll do the draw on the 30th of November. We'll do it online so everyone can see the draw. So, sorry, October 30. October. There. Yeah, let's do it then. Monday, awesome. October 30th. Monday, October 30th for the draw. And so I'm hoping lots of people go in for the draw for a free ticket. It's a wonderful event. You will thank me if you've never been to one of Jenny's events before. Anything in closing, Jenny? Anything you want to share with us, or anything you're saying about making sure we take care of ourselves? Could you give us one thing to do maybe in the next week to take care of ourselves? Just any one thing?
Well, one thing that I would really encourage everybody to do is to start a gratitude practice and take that moment, because that is something you can do for yourself every day. Absolutely. Just checking in with yourself and looking around you and being grateful for what you have, what is, the possibilities that are available to you, because quite often we get caught up in all the stuff that's going on that we're not happy about, or the challenges that we're having. It's really important for our mental health and our emotional health to really take that time to pause and be grateful for what we do have, because everything can be shifted and changed and tweaked as we go. And you can hear my cats now squawking in the background here.
It's okay.
This is live.
Guess what? We're all human.
Right?
Yeah. Told us we're all human.
Yeah. But just, being grateful for those little things, I think. I like
that you're saying that. I like that you say that, because I tried to do it in the past, but I'm going to do it now. Make sure I do. I actually have a book called My Gratitude Journal. I'm going to put it beside my bed. So every morning I'm going to write down what I'm grateful for, because I think it gets your mindset in the right way to start your day. Yes. So I love that piece of advice. I should be asking you, what's your 10 top pieces of advice? And then maybe we'll do another podcast and you can
do another one.
Top 10.
We can talk for hours. So we'll have to do lots. Yeah.
So everyone, again, happy to share everything about Jenny's information. You're going to see the contest coming online across all social media. Please get hold of Jenny. You'll see all the contact information for her. And I hope to see everyone out of this event. It is an amazing event. You will thank me for it. If you've shown up because you've heard it on this podcast or you've heard about the contest, please let me know, because it's well worth attending. Thank you.
And you can register even if you've entered the contest. And if you win, you'll get a refund.
That's very nice. Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah, that's a great idea. It's only fair. Whether you've already signed up for this event or you haven't, you're welcome to put in for the contest. And I will make sure that we do the draw live.
Perfect.
Jenny, thank you again very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time. Thanks so much. Thanks, everyone.